So, tell me what finally made you take the leap and join Purpose Gateway.
Fear.
I wasn't expecting that.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, as you know, it's been that journey into listening to my authenticity, my genius zone, right? And I already knew what it felt like to be on purpose, right? I seemed to have purpose in my life. I knew what that felt like. And I knew because I was being authentic now, and authentic doesn't mean always right. It just means that you're listening to
Are you
what's
sure?
I don't know, I'm right a lot, but it meant listening to what's happening inside. And, you know, then as things progressed with BMM, I knew that listening to myself was the only way. There's no, once you do it, you realize like there's nothing else, right? It doesn't mean that it's going to be easy, and it doesn't mean you'll get it right, but it does mean you never have to be afraid of moving forward because you now trust yourself. So even if we're wrong, even if I'm wrong, I trust that inner voice and it will tell me, you're fucking wrong, man. You know? And so I took that step with BMM and it terrified me. That was huge change. But that was about listening and trusting myself forward. So through that, I built up integrity, right? I built up trust in myself. I built all of the groundwork that I needed, right? So then and as I'd go, I'd get a little thread here, you know, like we'd have record sales day and there'd just be that little thread that would go, oh, maybe over there too.
Tell me about this thread.
Yeah, I will. And so that thread is when you're on a path, when you're going somewhere, you don't know where, but you know that it's a feeling that you desire more of. That's what I call a thread. And it could be ease, right? So a thread I've been following is ease from way back when we were with Kat, doing Kat stuff, right? It was, what if you could easefully, right, create income? Easefully, that was such a foreign concept to me, right?
Not work hard.
Crazy. Can you remember? I could barely contemplate, like what was mind-boggling.
Yep.
And so that thread would come up and I'd have a moment of ease or a moment of freedom or a moment of sales volume or whatever it was. And I'd just get that tug towards Purpose Gateway. And then when enough had happened, there was something that happened. What was it? I thought about it and I went, oh, I really could do that now. I'm going to do that. And it was immediately followed by fear, right? Like the same flavor of fear before I took the step into BMN that changed everything. And so when you recognize that now, it's kind of that way you talk about that excitement, that fear but has excitement on it, that kind of fear, right? And now I know when that happens, that's it. I have to do it.
Is that because you were seeking certainty? You were about to go into a place where there was none of that?
What do you mean?
Well, you were about to step into a place like BMM, like Purpose Gateway, that, let's be real, it was not giving you certainty of income because Purpose Gateway is a new business.
No way. Nope.
Yeah.
No, the fear was, there was a new journey. The fear was, oh, I think I'm ready. I've got nothing else that can block me now,
Yeah.
right? I've got my integrity. I trust myself. I listen to myself. And the calling comes through. And now there's not something inside that says, you're not quite done yet. That voice didn't exist. So the only option was that it had to happen. Then the fear kicks in like, oh, am I ready? But that's got nothing to do with the other parts. You know the difference, right? So, no, that fear was about new growth. Yeah. Really stepping into something bigger. Yeah. And if that's the kind of fear, I know it's done. It's finished.
Love it.
Yeah, it was good. And you were already partway through, right? So by that stage, you'd already started the curriculum, if you will, of Purpose Gateway, Pain to Purpose. So how did that come about?
So, at the beginning of the year, actually more towards the middle, there was this burst of extinction that we call in the program, where something big's about to happen, but I had no idea. But something took me to a place that was really painful, really, really painful. And I just found myself in a state of heaviness and darkness and sadness, and I didn't understand what was happening. And so I would continuously journal and then move and then meditate and then journal and then move and then journal and then journal and then journal and then move. And what kept on coming was the message of just wait. There is a purpose here. Just be patient. And you know me, I'm such a doer. I have to go, 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 go.
No.
I didn't understand what was happening, and it was frustrating because all I wanted to do was move my business forward. And all the messages that I was getting was just slow down. Be in this moment. I was like, oh, like I don't want to be in the darkness anymore. I don't want to be in the heaviness. But the more that I was in there, and as I did the journaling and the moving, and I was persistent to find out what this was, the message did eventually come through. And it was really big. It was my 14-year-old self that needed to hear these 3 really simple words. I believe you. And my mentor had actually given them to me. A friend of mine who was always there, she ended up saying to me, there was a situation that I'd had, and all she said to me was, Letty, I believe you. Boom, mind blown. My 14-year-old just went, what? This is what I needed back then. And it just unraveled so much.
Tell me about that. I mean, could you ever have predicted how that would have come about?
No, never. Never, never, never. I did not know what my 14-year-old self at the time had decided to create, the identity that she would decide to create, the superpower that she intuitively just happened because of the situation of pain, that point of pain. You know, the people who were there, the people who weren't there, and it just created like this huge scenario this beautiful identity that then decided to, well, what she decided to do was say, no one helped me. You didn't come to help me. So fuck you. I'll do it on my own. And so that identity ran a lot of my scenarios in my life. And even with us, because she became the ice queen. Over time, you know, another situation would happen just to prove her story was right. And so then it would be, see, no one helps me. I have to do it on my own. And so again, overload, overwhelm, keep going. So she even became more like
Solidified.
Yeah, within my identity. But I didn't know that because I was sweet. I was sweet, so I could never imagine being someone who punishes.
Yeah.
Someone who punishes through being icy. And so that was created when I was 14. And so coming back to my story, because we went off on a different tangent.
Exactly where we're meant to go. So you never could have imagined that you got there.
So that's where I was at. I'm journaling one day and I was like, seriously, how long do I have to wait? Seriously, how long do I have to be
You were
here?
asking that then?
Yeah, I was asking because it had been like maybe 4 weeks now where I was continuously just going for it. Every single time the message that I got was just wait, just. And
I didn't know that. You didn't say that.
yeah.
So you mean, we're talking recently, right?
Yes, very recent.
Huh.
Yep. And I was just at it.
Because you tell the story like, it just came to me, downloaded, but you didn't say that you spent 4 weeks journaling and just getting the message.
Getting coaching,
Wait.
getting help from my mentors, you know, and like I said, journaling, movement, doing my kunyin, really getting in there. What is it that I'm feeling? That stagnation, what's that energy, like really tapping into what I'm feeling. And one day I'm journaling, and because I'm all about purpose, one thing I did know, and you know this, is that all of my situations, they were all about purpose. So, you know, losing my first baby, my miscarriage, I found the purpose. I found the purpose to the pain. Just all those dark moments in my life, finding the purpose to them. And so as I'm journaling, I'm saying, I know, I get it. I have to find the purpose. I have to find the purpose to this. But what are you trying to say? There's purpose to the pause? Oh, wait.
I remember.
And if there's purpose to the pause, then we get to purpose of the peace. And when we get to purpose of the peace, we get to the purpose of the playfulness. And I was like, whoa, that just like, my hand was just riding. I was mind blown. And I realized what I was given there was a gift. This was the seasons of pain, what we go through. But we're too quick to want to go from winter or when the pain arises. We want to head straight to like summer.
No, look at that.
Right. Yeah.
No.
But what later I found out that every single season is needed and essential, and you cannot skip one. You cannot go to another one. You absolutely must do them all in their, not slowness, in
Fullness, maybe.
their fullness. Yeah, you can't rush one. And it's very much then what I was also told, it's like nature. You know, you don't go from seedling to bloom.
Nature doesn't care about what you want.
When it's autumn, baby. It's not moving anywhere. It's going to just allow its leaves to fall and be bare as bare can be, and just allow the process. And so that's what it is. It's the allowing of the process, being in presence of what is happening. And within that juiciness, within that beauty, there's a gift always. So I guess that's how Purpose Gateway was born.
It was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it was very special. And since then, it's just been message after message after message after message of just how we create all these patterns, our behaviors, and how they run our lives.
In ways we barely even know. But it wasn't like you weren't always like this. I remember way back when you just didn't know, and you didn't even know what you wanted outside of being a mum. Right? Do you remember that?
Yes.
Right? And then
I remember having Ariella and just feeling so empty and feeling so guilty about it. Because
mother's guilt.
all I ever wanted was to have a family, especially because I'd had one miscarriage. And so I had felt guilty and almost ashamed for wanting to have for feeling a void.
Like somehow
knowing that
kids should be your everything and fill every single need.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Because that's what they teach mothers. That's what they tell us, right? But we're allowed to have a life. We're allowed to follow our dreams and follow what we want to do, our passions, our desires. And so I have always been guided, thank God. And I remember at about when Ariella was 4 months old and Kunyin came into my space, changed everything for me, absolutely everything.
Yeah, I remember. In
Yeah,
ways you had no idea.
yeah. But that darkness is real, you know, when you're a mama and you're feeling the overwhelm and you can't find that happiness. You don't know where it is, and you know that there's something missing.
That's what it is, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of darkness,
Yeah.
tell me your darkest moment.
The darkest. Let's see. Oh gosh, there's been a few. There's been a few that has. Darkest moment.
What's the latest one?
Like, how do you put it in order? I've had a lot of angry moments. I've had a lot of rage. Just, as you know, due to history and that stuff that's pushed down. But the darkest would be, I think it's the period that we went through recently. I say recently, feels like a long time ago.
Interesting.
Yeah, well and truly, but it's like the extinction burst that we talk
Again.
about,
Yeah.
right? It feels like it. It's not the darkest. Honestly, it's not the biggest thing I've had to move through, right? But it was one of the most intense, and we're talking about it like the Hail Mary it gives. Now in reflection, actually, and I've never seen that, that was a Hail Mary of that part of me, right? If you think about how intense that was, that was the grand last, like,
Hurrah.
hurrah of that survival archetype trying to just have its death grip. Right? Now that you think about it and we
Yeah.
read through it, like even here, I'm like, fuck, ding, 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 ding. Right? That was that.
Yeah.
That's when it all changed. Is if you can move through that, everything changes.
Move through that. You say it so, so simply.
It was not. That was brutal. So that was the darkest, but what it is the confrontation. So, gosh, what would I have been then? The number was still numbing, right? And so numbing and that archetype likes to hide things, right? Likes to run and feels deeply unworthy, right? And so the path through that was radical, just radical transparency with yourself, honesty. That's what it was. And it was hard. It was confronting.
The ugly truth. When you say radical transparency,
Ugly truth.
ugly truth.
Yeah.
We've had, when we discovered that,
Yeah.
didn't that change our marriage?
It did completely. Yeah. Because that was the period of transformation. Like that last hurrah, that extinction burst. Number one, the shame that increased because of it. And it brought because the ugly truth didn't come after, it brought the ugliness, which is when you're living as it, right?
And denying it.
And denying it, resisting it,
Yeah.
right? Drowning in it, and happily drowning in it. It doesn't feel like it's happy at the time,
Yeah.
but you're swimming in it, right?
Yeah.
And somewhere amongst that, I don't even know, I think, it was the questioning. Why?
Yeah.
What is going on? It was just, and that's the feeling of it. It's like, I've had it like enough, right? I cannot live like this anymore. It was a decision that happened, a new decision when the pain became too unbearable, right? And that, as you remember, was when just everything snapped open. And then you see the people pleasing and you see the this and you see the shame and the guilt and you see the patterns in the relationship on how that's kept alive. You see what, you were doing to me and what I was doing to you. And it's shocking and it's confronting and it's crying.
It's
and
cringy.
It's cringy as
Like when you see your own ugly truth of what you have been doing
you're going to go, "Bleh,
to your
bleh."
to your loved ones, to the person you love and adore, to your children,
Yeah.
right? But I think it's more so to your partner. I feel like they get parts of you that no one else does. And they'll definitely get those shadow parts of you that no one else does.
Yeah.
And it really is like they will come out.
And it will rock your foundation.
Yeah.
Everything of who you think you are.
Yeah.
Or confirm your foundation,
Yeah.
one of the two.
But this is why this has been so transformational for me
Yeah.
personally.
Clearly.
And then, of course, our marriage has just...
Yeah.
Whoa. But when I realized that I was the illusionist and what I was doing was pretending everything's okay and I'm the martyr.
Yeah.
But then also I would feel the overwhelm and I would show you my disappointment because you weren't helping me. And so I would become cold
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah.
But I thought, I'm just being nice.
I was the problem.
I'm just giving to you. I'm loving you. Like, how could you not help me? Or how could you not, whatever the stupid things that I would say to myself. But
Or how could you do this to me?
yeah,
Right? Like, and when we're the, right, I'm sure that would have come up, right? To me, how could you do this to your family? How could you da 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 da? And as we come to find out, these beautiful survival archetypes that we cover, they fit so well, right? So I needed that because mine was secret shame,
yeah,
right? And so then that would have me feel my shame, retreat more, do more numbing, right? Numbing in the form of lying, stealing, overworking, hustling, right? Which would create more of the same thing that was happening and would then be repeated back to me, right? So it's like, well, not to repeat it back to me, create more of the thing that was happening that would then create that same situation, right, between us and within the family. And I mean, the truth is, it was painful. It was painful for both of us. And there was a time where we didn't know if we'd make it, despite knowing how much we love each other. We didn't know if we could bear the result of that pain anymore.
and it was because those archetypes were really running the show.
Yeah.
They were in full force.
We had no idea to what degree.
Full force of walking out the door.
So we can say that Pain to Purpose was literally crafted in the freaking crucible of pain at the depth that requires courage,
Yeah.
immense courage to kind of walk through on all sides.
And deep, deep authenticity.
Yeah.
And authenticity seems like
Such a thrown around word.
Yeah. But it's, what did you call it before? It's the, what's that word you used? Oh my God, I can't think of it right now.
Like drive, passion,
No,
Purpose.
the radical,
transparency.
the radical transparency.
Yeah.
Like having that in your face of like, this is who I am. This is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
And,
hard.
and
That's
the,
hard to know you're hurting your people.
and the courage to be relentless about it and not accept it. To go, it doesn't matter what comes up. Because not doing that is going to hurt way more than doing it. Because had we continued, that pain would have been truly unbearable. So having, and the only word is courage on both sides, to stick it through and go, nah, I'm not going to shut this down. And speaking something, even knowing you're going to get the defensive pattern from either me to you or you to me. Knowing that we're going, you know it too. Like, you know it. You know that you're about to say that thing and you can predict how their behavior is going to happen.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
And you know it. But you know that you don't have a choice because you're not going to settle for the result of what that had brought us to.
I think that was a game changer for us too.
Yeah. The willingness
or the standards
Yeah.
within our marriage. I won't accept that anymore.
We wouldn't accept the pain anymore. And we didn't care what it took. If that meant we had to ruffle each other's feathers a few times, then we did it. And sometimes you were the light that would bring us back together. Sometimes it was me. But we knew that one of us had to be the person
Yeah.
because we were so at the extinction burst side of our survival identities that it wouldn't take a lot for us to get from 0
Yep.
to 100.
Yeah.
Like, and if you think about it, that was probably the extinction burst for yours as well,
Yeah.
because we got there quite a lot.
A lot.
Yeah.
But what kept on, every time where we really did go through that rough patch, during the year, it was coming back and saying, this is not the standard for my marriage.
Yeah.
This is not okay.
We held that
And
as a
so,
light.
yeah. We
Yep.
both would at different
Yeah,
times,
yeah.
like you were saying.
Yeah. That's
This
true.
is a different standard.
Yeah.
I'm not taking this.
Yeah.
We need to, well, in reality, like for me, it was how can I take responsibility for this? Taking full responsibility.
Yeah.
Why am I triggered?
And that's hard
Yeah.
because it's always going to look like there is.
It's hard for an illusionist who always thinks she's right. An
No,
illusionist
it's hard no matter
is
what.
so
Yeah.
righteous. And
Well, yeah,
so,
there's a special kind of difficulty.
oh
there,
my
right?
God. So,
Especially when you're when it's like, this is the beauty about having an illusionist and a number,
oh my God.
is that the number already knows they're an effer. The number already believes that they're the worst in the world. So it's easy. And they'll do it, and they'll go out into the world and prove it. They'll do things to prove it.
And so in comes the illusionist and says,
Clearly.
no, doesn't say it,
No. Yeah.
gives the energy by huffing and puffing
Man.
to make known that she's disappointed,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Just so she can say
Yeah.
and feel inside, I'm right, I do everything.
And that was the key. Like when I started seeing parts of that I think that was the key, is following that thread for both of us. Because it was like, fuck, I know I'm wrong. You don't have to tell me that. I know it in so many ways. But the way that happens doesn't need to happen. And that's the best that we could get to start with, was just a feeling something wasn't right,
Yeah.
Yeah, we had work to do, we knew it, but it was the hidden ways that we were turning up, right? And mine was constantly vacant, not present, right? You're alone, felt like you had no help, right? Probably cried yourself to sleep many times, right? Feeling just alone
Yeah.
probably the only way. I don't know, tell me.
It was. At times it was lonely. But again, the illusionist doesn't really feel that, doesn't show it too much, doesn't acknowledge it. There we go, that's what it is. Doesn't acknowledge it too much. Because everything has to be beautiful and perfect in her world.
So it shows as resentment.
So it shows as resentment. Yeah. And it plays itself out as resentment as well. That is her drug of choice, really, at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It's to hurt. It's to punish. So it's, and lots of things, our intimacy suffered because of that. Because no worse way to make your partner feel small or not enough is by, showing your disappointment, showing your coldness. And so it was that I felt lonely, but that was never going to be shown. Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah. Because that's not who I was.
Yeah.
Right. My life is perfect. And so I
Universe
feel
laugh.
like right now we're in a different point in our marriage
Completely.
so we've just discovered these archetypes, and so we are questioning everything we do.
It's another level, right?
And I feel like we're coming up against different triggers. And I believe that they are coming to a light. Actually, they're not coming into a light. We have decided to see them. It's
Yeah.
that hide and seek thing.
Yeah.
I'm not playing hide and seek anymore. I'm turning on the lights. I want to see what's going on. And so these
But hide and seek's so
archetypes,
fun.
it's fun, but not within a marriage. And so
Yeah.
these archetypes, like what we do is now being seen and being seen for what it is.
Yep.
And so I'm questioning myself on the little things that I do in my own personal life and then within us.
We're learning a new level of awareness and presence. You know? And like even just seeing, and I can really see back now, even though we didn't know we were doing it, we were changing out of those identities. We were already in becoming.
Yeah.
And we had already inherently picked the things that we knew were needed for us on the becoming side. So like I knew integrity was what it was, right?
Well, that would sit in on the opposing, right?
That's right.
Because we need polarity.
Yeah.
So what do you need to do in
Yeah.
order to feel integrity?
Clearly, my university course I enrolled in as a soul was I want integrity in my life. And remember, I started to get the experience of understanding past lives for me, and I saw it at that time. I really felt samurai come through, right? But it come through in a really odd way, and I was like, what do you, huh? It was like, oh, cool, second, third time, right? And then I went, honor, right? Integrity, right? They're known for, I was like, oh, you're there for that. Okay, yeah, that really cemented it in. So we knew like that was the path. We were already doing it. And then as it's come forward, you got your seasons come down, and then it become just in your face obvious. And then we've mapped them through. And the fun part has been seeing, oh, that's how we moved through that without even knowing it, right? So it's almost like it's a natural part of that transformation, but it doesn't have to be that hard. Like we did it in a way that was just raw. It was raw.
We like the experience. We like to know that we got the experience, the full experience.
We did, and I'm okay
and we're
with it.
done. We're done.
Let's go for a bit of ease, huh? But how quickly did it transform? Like it takes time.
Like that.
And in that, you've got the building of trust that happens, right? Especially when, at least on, actually that's really interesting. I'll tell you a story on that because you know I love to tell stories. Before, when you're a number, right, there's not a whole lot, especially if you say integrity is your thing, that sits on the side of truth and trust, right? You're constantly creating scenarios of distrust, really, which means there's no safety. No safety in the home, no safety in the marriage, no safety in general, right? Which for a woman, you want to talk about shutdown and all the rest of it, that's going to do that. But, and I remember feeling at odds why at times it'd be the smallest thing, but it would indicate, really, like that's what you want to pick out of everything? To have to bring up this trust thing? Well, really? But then when it changed in me, and I knew it, right? And the knowing of it was just when it actually changed, I knew it. No one had to tell me. It wasn't a guess. It wasn't something I was trying to prove. It shifted, even though reality hadn't. Reality was so far off it,
Yes, I remember.
and it was in the face of it when it was at its worst. So everyone could still point to it and go, "You haven't changed."
Yeah, you made the changes, but we were still running our old programs.
Well, but even then, right? I'd made the change internally, but the shifts were so small on the outside and because it was so at the edge of all of the stuff that had been created, that those tiny changes look like nothing. They don't look like, honestly, they look like, it's like a kid saying, yeah, I picked up that one toy in the corner. It's like, have you seen the rest of the play? You kicked your bucket over and your toys are everywhere and I'm standing on Lego and every time I do it, bloody hurts.
Yeah.
Right? So everyone else has
You haven't changed. I'm still stepping on the Lego.
It still hurts.
It still hurts.
It still hurts,
Yeah.
right? That Lego is still on the ground and I'm standing on it, right? And I knew I'd changed. And then what happened is when I knew that, I was acting in accordance with who I knew I'd already become.
Yeah.
And so it meant day by day, I was making, and this is the only way I can describe it, I was making decisions that did not create pain in the future.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah.
That's what it was. I knew I wasn't creating more pain. That. I knew I was making good decisions for me, not for anyone else. Right?
Yeah.
And that's amazing. That's all you need. Right? Is when you get that, because you know that tomorrow there's another good decision and another one and another one. And when you know you're making good decisions, you know you're being authentic with yourself, which means you know you can stand by that.
Well, you're living in integrity, right?
Right.
Because you're not doing it for anyone else.
So then when the fire comes or when there is that intense moment around you, but you know that you haven't been making bad decisions. You've been making decisions in accordance with creating good. It gives you more strength to courage to weather the storm. And with that, you can also say, no, sorry, that's not true. And you're going to get all the rest of it, right?
Yeah.
Rightly so, because they're processing their version of it now.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and you would have had the same on your side.
Yeah.
You know, those huge awakening moments that just tell us, wow, I was being a douchebag. Unintentionally
It's confronting.
hurt,
It's
all
very
of it.
confronting. Yeah.
right?
Because you don't want to consciously hurt your partner.
No.
But, you know, in my case, I had a very hurt 14-year-old girl that no one had said, I believe you. And so,
Oh, isn't that funny? Trust. She wasn't trusted. Right?
yep.
So, that's
So
funny.
she lived a life of trying to prove herself to everyone. Really being that self-righteousness of like, I'm right because I tell the truth. I live in integrity.
Yeah.
Did you just really feel that one?
Yeah. And you would and you did on the outside, right? And the truth was like this for you.
Well, the truth was I was seeking something else. I didn't want my world to be rocked.
Yeah.
I needed to feel safe. And the only way I knew how to be safe was knowing that my world was under control. And
Yeah,
so
right.
I had to keep hold of everything. I had to make sure everything was good, everything was in its place. So,
Well, thank you for that.
it's been a ride.
I don't know if we would have survived if it wasn't for that, actually. Because the truth is that that part was also needed, right, through the family and through all that time. So, we've got to remember, don't blame that part too much because that was needed.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the really magical part. I love her. I love my Ice Queen. I know that she's here for a specific reason. And when she comes about, it's because she doesn't feel safe. So she's actually here to protect me. And so when that happens, I'm really grateful for her now. I don't shy away from her. I don't put her down. She's not a part of me. She's very much a part of me.
Yeah.
And so I can love the light, I can love all of me because my life is great. But the truth is I love my darkness
Yeah.
because there was purpose to her at some point in my life. And she did what she needed to do and created my safety so I could keep going, so I could surpass the pain. So she's very much part of me and she's part of our marriage. However, when she comes about, it's like, okay, well, why?
It's now a tell. Like,
What's
you know
going on?
now. Yeah,
I can feel her essence around.
Yeah.
And I will know, okay, I ain't happy here. I don't feel safe. Something's happened. So, but that just opens me up to communicate from a place of not purity, but from a place of what's the word I'm trying to think of?
Expression, maybe.
Yeah, just like what's really going on? What's really happening here?
Yeah.
Not the story that I'm telling myself. Because I know she'll tell me a story, right? Well, my brain will tell me a story so I can believe it. But my body, my intuition, my guidance, my wisdom will tell me what's really happening here. So, yeah.
And we've kind of started, we have. We talk more like that, meaning we'll talk to what is coming up as the old pattern, as the old identity. Oh, I'm feeling that even though my reality is the complete opposite of it, I'm feeling not enough. I don't know why. Right? And actually, that interesting. Just got a little bit there. Like when things are going really well, it just wants to go, hi, I'm still here. You want to play in not enoughness for a little bit? I'm like, why today?
Yeah.
Right? But it's because it's tickling because it's still here,
Yeah.
and sometimes it takes time to see it at those more subtle areas, but I think that's what we're starting to talk to now is, gosh, you know what? Really feeling that. Not sure why.
Yeah.
Right? Gonna go sit with that.
Yeah.
Right? Gonna feel into that. Gonna whatever.
Yeah.
Not all the time, but a heck of a lot more.
Yeah.
So that's been a fundamental shift for us.
It's almost like, is that the truth or is that my truth?
What do you mean?
So, who is speaking? As in, I'm going to put layers on it. I'm going to put my spin to it. I'm going to be resentful, right? And it's probably not the truth. It's just my truth that has all the other layers and sprinkles of it.